Hello YouTube, this is Hunter Surge here with another day of Moonrise reveals. We finally have the Blistrix line, so we will be learning about Asprowl. So let's get right into it. So first up, let's just go over the stuff we already knew. This is Snet. It's a 4/2, 1 Frost Spirit Elestral. When it receives one or more Frost, you can mill the top 3 cards of your deck. So you can try and this Ascension line is all about effects that trigger when you mill them. So lines up very nicely. Also a 4 stat, as we talked about when we talked about this card previously. A 4 attack stat is actually super rare in Frost. We don't have any 5 attackers, inherent 5 attackers, and the only other 4 attacker is Frigicup. So this stat line is actually super rare in Frost. So that on its own is like kind of notable. Then we have Asprowl. Asprowl is a 2 Frost Spirit Elestral with a 7/4 stat line. When it's sent from your deck to your underworld, you can special send your Snowlet to it, and you can expend a Frost in order to mill the top 4 cards of your deck. Let's go over to Blistrix before we really unpack this. Let's just remind you what Blistrix does. Blistrix. Okay, so Blistrix is a 12/6, 2 Frost, 1 Wind Spirit Elestral. When it's sent from your deck to the underworld, you can special send your Asprowl to it. You can return 3 Elestrals from your underworld to the bottom of your deck in order to destroy a card. Okay, now let's return to Asprowl. Now, I really want to believe in this deck, but realistically, this probably is not it. The odds of milling the specific card, if it's just, oh, I mill this card, I get a benefit every time, that'd be great. That'd be fantastic. That would be a really good build around. But it's not that. You need a specific other card on the board. And milling a specific 3 off your top 3 or top 4 is not super good odds. Those odds are not great. You can't really integrate Morlith into this strategy. Avalanche just give you a mill 5, which is pretty nice. Helios' Slumber could be something you could do. One thing that's really annoying is the fact that you could go, okay, I'm going to mill 3 with Snowlet. I mill Blistrix and not Asprowl, and now there's a Blistrix out of my deck and I didn't get any mill proc. That sort of stuff is super, super annoying. Maybe with a Rise from the Ashes engine, this could work well enough. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I don't know. I'm probably still going to tinker with it and try and make it work. But, it's hard to see this working. These cards, I read them and go, I feel like these were nerfed into the ground in testing. Because, I can't see any way this sort of mill build-around was from second 1 intended to require you to have a specific Elestral on the field. That feels like very limiting design and very underpowered design compared to what we tend to see for special Ascension lines. It seems much more likely to me that originally these could special ascend over anything, and you would want to go through the line because they have their own milling effects to help you get there. But then that tested way too strong, and it got turned into you have to special send these over the previous stages, which turns these into garbage. They do not have really the tools to make this work, I feel. Maybe with Helios' Slumber, it could work alright, but I don't know, man. I'm really not seeing it. Maybe with a Rise from the Ashes package combined with the Dragalis line, because then we have Draco Ray as a target. But First Light doesn't go well with the Asprowl Blistrix stuff because they're not solars. You want Helios' Slumber specifically. And then if you Mr. Gallus, you can no longer special ascend into it. I don't know, man. I really don't know on this one. I'm really not feeling this one. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that there is something here. But my hunch is there isn't anything here. My hunch is that this is too weak. As badly as I want this sort of strategy to work, it is far too specific in what you have to have set up on the board for it to work. Also, fun fact, Gorgon's Gaze still cooks this, even though you're not using an effect to effect on the field of Special Ascend, because they just target the Elestral that you're going to ascend over, and you can't ascend over it anymore, because that's one of the other things that Gorgon's Gaze does. Ah, man, it's very frustrating. I really want a deck like this to be good. I really want these sorts of a mill payoff deck to be good, but this really does not feel like it. I really wish these could ascend over anything. Like, give them give them some extra cost. It's like, oh, you have to discard a number of cards, or you have to pay, like, expend like 2 extra frost when you mill them and special ascend them. Do something like that. Something like that would make it work. But as it is, I have a really difficult time seeing this work out. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm still going to tinker with it. But this Asprowl is really not what we needed. Like, I think if Asprowl was, when you mill it, you special cast it, then we would be somewhere. But both of them having to special send over a specific body is just really, really bad. And like, Asprowl's stat line is decent, but not so good that it makes up for that problem. Like, 7-4 is the sort of stat line that's really good when, like, you have a guaranteed special ascent from deck into it. On like Draco Ray, which is basically a 7-4, it's a 7-3, bit lower, but like very close, and Cryovern. Stuff like that is what a 7-4 is really good on. I don't think it's a good enough stat line, because like this card by itself is do nothing. It's attempting to go into Blitztricks, but outside of that, it's do nothing. It's very expensive to do that line. It's so luck based. Like, compared to like the Draco Ray line, the Draco Ray line is like super. You go plus on spirits with the Draco Ray line. Man, it's unfortunate. It's really, really unfortunate. I just don't think this is it. I just really don't think. I don't think this is it. That really sucks. That really sucks that this does not really look like it, because I really wanted this to be good. But I don't see it. I just don't think it's going to be good enough. Before we close off for today, though, we do have a Stellar for Snowlet. That's pretty cool. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. Ah, man, it's a bummer. It's a bummer. Maybe I'll just be completely wrong, and you'll be able to slot this into some Frost strategy, and it'll work completely fine. But I'm really skeptical about it. I'm super skeptical that this will work, like, at all. Alright, with that said, this is Hunter Surge, signing off.